Hello and welcome to the fourth track presentation for CityLiga Season 22. This round sees the drivers return to the streets of South City for the second time this season. This time it will be at the City Long combination for a 41 lap race in the RB4 and FXO. This race will feature a 15-minute hardcore qualifying session as well as a mandatory pit stop during the race where the drivers must change all four tyres. The drivers will need to decide whether they want to use the all-wheel drive RB4 or the front-wheel drive FXO. There are pros and cons to using either of these cars, so it will be interesting to see who uses what come race day. The demanding City Long circuit will push the tyres to the limit in both cars, and so choosing when to change them opens up a few interesting strategy options. I'll be driving the FXO for a lap of City Long. This is my car of choice for this week's event. Let's go to the track. The first corner on this combination requires drivers to lift off slightly so that they don't understeer into the wall on the exit. This is the fastest apex on the circuit, so any mistakes here can leave you with an unscheduled trip to the pit lane. Turn 2 is where we're likely to see a few do-or-die attempts to pass into the tricky braking zone. If you can hold your line around the outside of this corner, you will be in good shape for holding your place into turn 3, where we enter a series of corners where passing will be very tricky unless the drivers around you make mistakes. Turn 4 is especially tricky in FXOs. You have to turn in really early to carry as much speed through the apex as possible without losing time on the short run up to the double left-hander at turns 5 and 6. Use a dab of handbrake here to get the car rotated for the quick right and long left up the hill. Depending on how good your line was through the chicane section, you might need to lift through the fast left-hander at the top of the hill as not to hit the red and white barrier on the right hand side. Now it's just a case of holding a line and preparing for the braking zone into the first gear hairpin. Again, use a bit of handbrake here to help the car rotate. Get on the power as soon as possible, but try to reduce wheel spin as you'll need as much traction as possible for the next quick right-left combo, which again you may need to lift for, so that you avoid contact with any of the walls. The blue and white barrier on the bottom of the hill will suck you in if your tyres are getting warm, so go easy on the throttle to ensure you don't lose too much time if you brush it a little like I did. The run up to the final corner will open up opportunities to pass as drivers use the draft to get alongside before the braking zone. Any lockups here will send you wide, and if you're in a train of cars this could be costly on the run up to the finish line, where the draft of other cars might come in handy once again. Make sure you're not caught out by being on the wrong side of the track for pit entry when you plan to make your pit stop. This was one lap of South City Long in the FXO. See you in the race.